to you in living color on NBC.
Good evening. Those who are inclined to peevishness and pessimism might feel a little better if they considered the following 3 facts. The Salk vaccine is eliminating polio. Somebody has invented a chemical that kills crabgrass. And rock and roll music in the United States is dying. This 3rd example of human progress we are concerned with tonight. And we say rock and roll is dying on the authority of disc jockeys and other experts. Exactly why, nobody knows. But then nobody knows exactly why the 17-year locust finally goes away. It's enough to know that it does. In a moment, we will look at 2 examples.
Hi, Mrs. Jennings. Give you a lift?
Oh, Katie, thanks. Here, the humidity. Thought I'd melt waiting for that bus.
And I in a hurry. I've got to fix dinner. Tonight's my canasta club.
Now, calm yourself.
Wish I could. You look cool as a cucumber.
Well, Mrs. Jennings, I have a special calmer downer. It's right on top.
This?
Ice Blue Secret.
A deodorant?
Mm-hmm. Secret works to help keep underarms dry.
That'd be a relief. Not to worry about perspiration.
With Secret, you naturally feel cool and calm.
Katie, mind stopping at that corner? Think I'll get some of Katie Winter's special calmer downer.
Procter & Gamble's Ice Blue Secret. Best deodorant you can buy. Helps keep you cool, calm, dry.
For about 10 years, we have all seen one rock and roll star after another, each more callow than the last, at the microphone with a guitar he couldn't play, having learned a song that made no sense and which he couldn't sing if it did, strumming and stomping and making a lot of money by singing nonsense through his nose. While it's dying in this country, it lives on in Europe to the distress of those who welcome some American exports but wish we had kept this one at home. For example, in France, where we can only guess what might have been the reaction of the great figures in the French past.
La Belle France, a vast history of glory and grandeur, of splendid architecture, cathedrals that lift the spirit, Rousseau and Napoleon, Matisse and Degas and Toulouse-Lautrec, the tricolor, the coquille Saint-Jacques and pâté de foie gras, of wit, style, and elegance, and of the music of Debussy. But now, in a stadium used for outdoor entertainments, the foot-stomping rhythms of the biggest music hall star in France today, rock and roller Johnny Hallyday.
Bien me laisser faire pendant une journée entière. Je suis capable pour te plaire de te donner ma 4000 PC. Je prends tes paris à la ronde sans perdre plus de 10 secondes. Je promets devant tout le monde de te donner ma 4000 PC. Je ne sais pas ce qui se passe. Plus tu ris, plus je t'embrasse. J'ai envie de t'embrasser. J'aime assez ça quand tu m'enlaces. Et comme je ne suis pas de glace, je ne me serai pas ma place quand je te donne 4000 PC. Tous les 10 000, j'en suis au moins à 800 000, mais je ne peux pas m'arrêter. Sans perdre plus de 10 secondes, je promets devant tout le la terre, sans même faire une prière. Je suis bien certain que ta bière, en me voyant toujours sincère, me permettra de t'embrasser tout le temps de l'éternité.
While those devoted to the traditions and grandeurs of France are deeply offended by all this, Halliday's records are big sellers. Young French girls uttering sharp cries mob him in the streets. His singing causes riots that have to be stopped with fire hoses. His publicity agent says, with an inscrutable Gallic smile, that in spite of all this, he remains a simple boy of 18, modest and unspoiled by success. That was the top rock and roller in France. In Great Britain, the outstanding artist in this field is a boy of 20 named Billy Fury. Until 3 years ago, he was a deckhand on a tugboat. Now he has sold 3 million records and makes $125,000 a year. We find Billy Fury in a nightclub in London, crooning to the members of his fan club and weaving a magic spell with soft and romantic melody.
You know, in almost everybody's lifetime, at some time or other, there's a broken heart. And most times, it's because of a broken romance. Now, those people that know how it feels. I know.
Well, just because you think you're so pretty, and just because your mama thinks you're hot, and just because you think you got something that nobody else has got, you caused me to lose all my money. You left and called me old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, baby, I'm with you because, well, just because. There's a come a time when you'll be lonesome, and there's a come a time when you'll be blue, and there's a come a time when old Santa, well, he won't be, he'll be here for you. You called me for my money. You left and called me old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, baby, just because, okay. Just because you think you got something that nobody else has got, you caused me to lose all my money. Honey, you left and called me old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, baby, because, well, just because. Telling you, baby, I want to with you, because baby, just because, yeah.
Mr. Fury is young and strong, and he got out alive to howl and squirm another day. Lots of people have been critical of rock and roll for a long time, but if I may say so, I think for the wrong reason, because they thought it was bad music. Well, actually, it is worse than that, as here used, it is a cynical, commercial exploitation of the emotions of children. Again, it is dying out here, but still loudly alive in Europe. There is an ancient superstition that if you're possessed by an evil spirit, you can get rid of it by passing it off on an enemy. We seem to have done it by passing it off on our friends. As a matter of fact, there is a new machine that makes better music than that. Rock and roll seems to be made out of guitar strings, adenoids, and blocked sinuses. While at the RCA Research Laboratories in Princeton, New Jersey, they have built an electronic device that makes music. It's called a synthesizer, and it never causes teenagers to riot.
This is the RCA Music Synthesizer, a wild, improbable tangle of copper wire, buttons, relays, switches, lights, and dials. The size of 20 grand pianos, cost about $750,000, said to be able to make electronically any sound that can be made by a full orchestra of union musicians and some that can't. Professor Milton Babbitt of Princeton University is its trainer and keeper. He is expert both in music and electronics, and he explains what it is all about.
Now I would like you to hear a conventional recording of the opening measures of the Bach two-part invention in F major. This is not electronically produced music, but electronically reproduced music in the usual phonograph record fashion. And now we shall hear the beginning of the same excerpt as produced by the synthesizer. We shall now perform the same excerpt on the synthesizer at twice the speed. Remember, on the synthesizer, a change of speed affects only the speed of the excerpt, not, as the phonograph record would have done, change the frequency as well. Now, it might be asked why all of this electronic mastery has been marshaled just for the purpose of creating nothing more than music. There are at least two important functions. The first, and for all of us, the most important function, is that of musical composition. The second aspect is that of research, for this instrument can be used singularly appropriately for research into the nature of sound and the nature of the perception of sound. We hope that eventually there will be many instruments like this. It requires a great deal of work, of interdisciplinary work among people from many fields, and above all, a long experience for the composer and his public. Unfortunately, there have to be concerts, even with electronic music, because we too have our performer problems, and our performer problems reside in speakers and equipment. And I hate to think of what sound of this kind sounds like coming out of home equipment or television equipment. So we do have concerts, we have had concerts where we can control this sound exactly as it's produced. Eventually, of course, we would look forward to the time when everyone will have equipment that meets our specifications and would be able to perform this music. In that case, I, for one, would be deeply relieved because I would not have to go to concerts, I would not have to go under specified conditions with specified people. I could listen to music when and if I felt like it and repeat it if I felt like it. And I take it that any intelligent listener agrees with me.
That last selection is called Composition for Synthesizer, written by Dr. Babbitt. And it's a good example of the other extreme, mechanical music made by a machine that'll never cause any juvenile riots. Nor will it ever sneeze during a concert, play a sour note, or spill coffee in the piano. But it does take the blood and humanity out of the music and replace it with a kind of chilly perfection, as unmusical in its way as Fury and Hallyday are in theirs.
Why can't I clean the stains off my dental plates with toothpaste?
Because regular toothpaste is too mild for dentures. Regular toothpaste must be mild enough for use inside the mouth on tender gums and teeth like hers. But now there's a toothpaste made especially for denture wearers. New Denture Cream, the only toothpaste powerful enough for dentures. Because Denture Cream is used outside the mouth, it can contain stain removers, a deodorizer, and a special denture polisher, too powerful for family toothpaste. Watch. This denture material was stained with a common but concentrated denture stain, then baked in an oven for 4 days. See how easily Denture Cream removes even strong stains, and with proved safety. No stains, no tartar when you use Denture Cream daily. Result, no denture odor. Remember, to get your dentures clean, really clean, you need new Denture Cream, the only toothpaste powerful enough for dentures.